Hi, this is a video on a program which I'm just going to quickly show off called a to-do list program. So basically what you can do is when it opens up, this is what it looks like, and basically you can add like to-do items. So if I were to click this new button here, I can give it a short description. So let's say do something, pick up friend, and we'll just say pick up Joe at his house at let's say 3 o'clock. And then we could set the deadline, which would be, let's say, for instance, we'll do that on the 17th. Alright, so we've just made a new item, and as you can see, there's only one still select, so we'll add another one. We could also click File and New here if we want. We can use this button as well. And we'll just call this one Shop. Get groceries at the store. Sorry about that. Some car. Okay, groceries at the store. And then let's say cheese, potatoes, like bread, and then let's also say milk. That's another option. We can click that, and then let's do that deadline for the 20th. Alright, and we can make another one. I'm just gonna do test for this, and or not test, let's do today. I'm gonna make this one due today. Let's say bring out trash at, say, 8 where's it? Shift? No. 8 okay, and then let's just do it for today, obviously. Click that. Alright. Now you'll notice that since it's due today, it's red. As you can see that. Now you may notice that if I add a new item to the list, and we'll call test, and we add it to yesterday, so this is before due, it's actually going to add on top. But if I add in a new one, and let's just do T2 for instance, for test 2, if I add this at like the 30th, it's going to go at the bottom list, so it will be added with, this is like in due date wise filtered. Now if I only want to look at the due date, the to-do items that are due today, I click this, and it's going to toggle to being only items that are due today. So you can see I'm toggled between due today and all the other ones. So if I had added a new one, we'll use this time. Let's say I add in oops, and the reason you'll see why I'm going to make this one oops. Did not mean to make this one, and we'll just put this one in like 2018. Here we are today. So today, and then I can see it's also coming up, so multiple ones. And see when we select this one, go back, it's gonna be the same one that's selected. Next thing I'm going to show you is that you can right click and delete. Are you sure you want to delete oops Yes, so yeah, you can delete them pretty easily there. The last thing that, actually that's pretty much it, but you can just delete them. Pretty much that's it. I just wanted to show one more where, let's say, long text. I'll just, kind of make a long hash mark text, and I'll copy it so that, and then we'll just take that, Control C, and then we'll just kind of paste that a bunch, and then you can see that, maybe it was too long. Text, we'll just call this text. We'll just kind of type in some random stuff, and then we'll just copy that, Control C, and then we'll just go V. Alright, and then for some reason that's not working. I don't know. Maybe you just can't. Maybe you just can't make it too long. Control C. Maybe like only that. Okay, that for some reason that's not working. I have no idea why. It probably should work. Maybe if I just kind of reopen it. Doing some errors there, but it's not crashing. So if we just do long, and it's still buggy. It's not perfect, but we just do some random text, select that all, and okay, so looks like it's doing some weird stuff, but it should work potentially. But yeah, you can also close it just by right clicking and exit. But let's just get rid of all the rest of these to clean it up. But yeah, so that's the program. File, exit. So I'm just gonna really go over the how the code works. Just a brief kind of thing now. Just before I go into this, I have all these stuff is closed up, so that's why it may look like there's less code than there actually is. But there's actually 52 lines here. So this is what it looks like expanded. You can see that this is actually how much code is here. So I just have it closed up just to make it easier to find stuff. But yeah. And that's same with the imports. Now, main, pretty simple here. We're just launching args. Not 100% sure what that means, but it's going into the start, which is, where is it? Start here. And it's running this. So it's going to start by making a parent root from fxml loader, get class, get resource, main window to fxml, which is this. So it's going to run all this, which this code right here is creating all the stuff that's on that original window that if I run it again, all this is created here. And everything that has the ID, so for instance, fxid right here, the filter trigger button, that is being used in the controller class. Up here, each one has its own thing. I don't need that because that's not being used, except that I got rid of this. And you can see I annotated it with fxml so that it's knowing that it's a fxml thing. So you can see all these here are being this is the name that in the main window fxml. And then when it has the on action, that's the method that it's calling when you, like, say, click the button or toggle the button. And all these other ones are just placement and different things that are being added. And then the text you can see there. Anyway, there's not a whole lot going on here, but we'll get rid of that. And then we're going to now go into controller again. And you can see I have a bunch of them for each of the ones that I need. Initialize is the big one. And, initialize. Here we are. So in initialize, I think everything, let's just open up everything real quick. There's quite a lot of stuff going on here. But basically, list context, okay, so you're making, this is for deleting. It looks like menu item, delete menu item equals new menu item, delete. That's making like the text, then delete. delete menu item, and then here you can see it should be like that. This is a lambda expression, but delete menu item on action, to item, get selection model to get selection item, and then delete item. So that I think is a method in one of these two. I think it might be in this one. Yeah, delete to item. So that's where, see, to items dot remove item. So that's where that's going on. In these two classes, not a whole lot's going on. And if you're wondering how this stuff's stored, it's just stored in a flat file like a where is it? A txt. So as you can see right here, there's nothing. But if I run the program and create one, let's say test, then test, or whatever it says there, due date, and then you can see there you go, it's creating it. And I think I know why I was trying to make a really long text that it wasn't working. Text txt long or lock, whatever. The reason why it wasn't working, which I just realized now, is because let's just make that long. It's because I didn't set a date. So that's a bit of a glitch there. I said it today. It's now coming up. As you can see, it's nicely scrolling. And yeah, so we can delete that though. Actually, no, we'll leave that. So you can see now, this right here is, it just saved that. As you can see here, it has the test. It also saved. It saved that. So you can see if I edited this, you can potentially edit it in here. Like if I got rid of a bunch of this, I could rename it as the, or not here, but the end, and then go like random stuff. And then I could copy this just as example. But they have to be tabbed apart. Tab. Whatever. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure why that not working perfectly, but it should come back up with the new stuff. Oh. Okay, clearly it's not that. It's more finicky than that, but just as example, if I copy this and then just redo the text here, and then in here we'll just go new. You can see it's working now. It's working. You just have to make sure that it's completely right how it's saved. So we'll just get rid of those because we don't need them. So that's how that's stored, and then we go back to the, where are we at? We're dialog controller. So that's how that gets deleted, and then down here we're just, what are we doing here? Oh, we're setting the how the day, month, year is displayed, the deadline format. Here we're doing some lambda expressions, and then item true, and that's a all items, which is up here a where is it? A private predicate. So that's a that's when you click the toggle button to toggle between like today's item and stuff. That's what that does here. And then sorted list, which is how it sorts by date. I don't need that. That was a old text. Override update item. Okay, so that's like at the end when it needs to update. So it looks like that's all about days plus. Oh, okay, yeah, that's the color. For some reason these two here aren't working. Red, yeah, but one day is red, so that's how that happens there. Interesting little bit of code here. I think that's supposed to be like that. Like so, yeah. And then, what is that doing though? list okay, I think that's just doing a little check. Then we have these down here, which are just show a new item dialog. So this is everything to do with the new item. So it's put required information at the item list. So this is all about could not load dialog. That's if the exception. Okay, so button okay, button cancel. Then we got button type okay, same thing. That's for the second window when you're adding it in. This is key event, so that is delete. It's for delete. To do item delete. Okay, delete item. That's the delete item part. So that's are you sure you want to delete? It's gonna set an alert. It's like, do you want to delete that? You have to select that. If result, delete to do item. Okay, and then we got the one down here, handle filter button. So this is the handle filter. So this is all to do with using those is empty, set predicate, is selected, get selected item, contains, all that to do. So that's about whether it's today or not. And then down at the bottom here, platform.exit, handle exit. So that's about the act when you exit. I'm just gonna click wrap all this stuff up again to make it nice and clean. And then we're gonna move on to dialog controller. So this is the only thing that's going in process results here. So this is just string short description to short description. Get text.trim string details data. I may actually rename that detailed or actually detailed data. Details data. I guess yeah, that's fine. Trim, same thing. Look at that. Okay, so yeah, that looks like that's just processing the data there. And then to item is just that class that handles with all the to items. So description, that's the what do you call it? What is it called? Constructor. Okay, so that's a get sort description, get detail, get deadlines. So it's pretty simple there. And then we got store to item, load to item, delete item, to data, add, more of the same stuff. Obviously the get and stuff like that is just regular. Insert. Does it want me to do something there? Let's see, I can click that. Oops. Make private. Oh, whatever. That doesn't matter. And then item dialog. So this is the one I don't think I showed you. So this is here. I'm just making a bunch of date picker, label, text area, label, text field. So that's when you run it. That's all the. Okay, clearly I messed up something with the text. Can I? Yeah, okay, yes, that works. It should work. I guess you can't run it with nothing in there. But when you hit the new, that's this. So that's the short description. That's these three, and then it has the labels. But that's what's going on in here. VCAP. Okay, so basically that's what's going on there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this to-do list picker. It's not a huge program, but yeah. Anyway.